Hey friends, here I am again at HIMSS 25, talking to industry leaders, innovators, change makers. I've got with me an old friend. Shez is an icon in the healthcare industry, and I want Shez to introduce himself to us and our audiences. Shez, here's your moment. Go for it.
It's great to be here. Thanks for the invitation. Shez Partovi, I'm the Chief Innovation Officer at Royal Philips. I also lead all the software businesses, so I'm the Chief Business Leader for the Healthcare Informatics business at Philips.
So you've got innovation in your title. That means you know everything that's coming down the pipeline, not just in Philips, but you need to have your fingers on the pulse to understand the needs of the healthcare industry, the needs of patients, healthcare systems,
Places
everywhere. It's a lot.
It's a lot going on.
Here at HIMSS, a lot is going on. Many conversations around emerging technologies, AI, automation, workflows. I'm loving it because there's so much happening as usual. What are you talking about at HIMSS and why?
Yeah. Look, when we talk to health systems across the world, right now there's an incredible imbalance between the demand for care as patients are aging and more chronic conditions in the elderly, and the supply of clinicians, doctors and nurses. So this imbalance means that those physicians are experiencing greater burnout. We did a survey that something like 66% of clinicians are reporting some level of burnout. 55% are thinking of leaving practice. And so this is really a crisis in healthcare. And what our customers ask us is, make the right thing the easy thing. Take away the menial tasks and let me work at the top of my licensure. And so at Philips, we're really focused on how do we leverage technology, AI, for example, to really remove the things that a physician shouldn't be doing anyhow, and then to let them focus on what gives them joy, which is either taking care of a patient or reading a MRI scan or a CT scan, whatever it is that they train to do.
Yeah.
And so this is where we focus on, is leveraging technology and artificial intelligence to be able to give time back to clinicians to help them deliver better care for more people.
Yeah, of course. And you know, one of the things that I really want to reinforce is that while technology is amazing, it's helping us do things that we would have never thought about before. But just because, and I want to debunk bad news, just because technology is here doesn't mean doctors are irrelevant, healthcare workers are irrelevant. No, they're more important than ever because of their skill set.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is helping them do the most meaningful work that they can, right?
So you're actually, that's the right question. And what you hear from folks is that AI is going to replace doctors. And the lens in which we have seen it most effective is artificial intelligence, particularly generative or even agentic AI. It really helps along three dimensions. There is work that should be fully automated. So I talk about automation. So for example, we have in our ultrasound equipment technology that when you're scanning the heart, instead of the ultrasound sonographer measuring all the heart parameters by going click, 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 click on every image and then doing the math to calculate, automatically does all the calculation. That's an example of full automation. And that actually lets the sonographer see another patient instead.
Yeah.
So that then the next thing is augmentation. And that's where you apply AI to help a physician and you augment them.
Yeah.
So a great example of that would be, we have a product we're showcasing here, Health Suite Imaging, which is the PACS system. The radiologists use a reading station to look at the MR, CTs. And in that case, the artificial intelligence system, for example, if they're looking at a chest CT, will find a potential lung cancer, bring it face up, point an arrow to it, metaphorically, put a circle on it and says, this is an abnormality. And so you're augmenting the ability of the physician to decide if this is in fact cancer or not. So you're right, this is not about replacing, it's about either automating tasks they shouldn't be doing, giving them time back, or augmenting them so that they can be more effective and deliver better care for more people.
Yeah.
I find these two lenses a good way to talk to folks about what is the potential of AI, automate and augment.
Of course. Accuracy comes into mind for me to be able to have an accurate diagnosis right away or as fast as possible. Because when you look at critical diseases, you look at cancer, you look at these diseases that are very painful, like you want to diagnose them right away, or even before they even happen. Where's innovation at these?
You're perfect, because actually, let's go back to that example I gave of the CT scan and the chest potential lung cancer. In that case, in fact, we did a study where with the addition of AI in a product we have called advanced visualization, where the radiologist can find the lung lesions 26% faster and find 29% of lesions they may not have seen before.
Oh, wow.
And so you're right that this is an example of augmentation again, because you're supporting the radiologist in this case with tools that allows them to find the lesions faster, ones they may not have seen, and deliver better care for more people.
Yeah.
So for sure, this is again a boost in this ability for physicians to deliver better care.
Yeah, I was talking with other people on this series. Spoke with Hal, CEO of HIMSS, and he was sharing insights, and he was talking about how there is a shortage of healthcare workers, how the industry is struggling to find people who can be part of the healthcare industry. And unless we give existing healthcare workers the superpowers so that they can reach more audiences, more patients, it's going to be hard, not just in America, but worldwide. It's the same. There's no country that has way too many healthcare workers, right?
and you can't grow them fast. I mean, it's a 10-year journey or more if you're a physician, multi-year, 4-year more if you're a nurse. So you're not going to suddenly grow more. The wave takes time. Your comment is apropos, because one of the things that, for example, you focus on is that you talk about nursing. One way is to say you need more nurses, which we do. Another way, in addition, is to say the time they spend should be more patient-facing rather than not. Here's a specific example that we have also here at HIMSS, which is nurses, if you have an IV pole with a measurement of how much, for example, fluid is going to the patient, they actually have to transcribe that into the EMR. They look at the numbers and they punch it in. Great example of that is we have technology which does medical device integration, Philips Capsule, which takes data from 1,300 different medical devices and automatically puts that data into the electronic medical record, so the nurse isn't a transcriptionist.
Yeah.
Because effectively, if you're looking at a ventilator or looking at an IV pole and typing in the number, you're a transcriptionist.
Of course.
And there's no reason that time should be spent facing the patient. So that's an example where you can create capacity through technology by taking away administrative work and allowing them to do work at the top of their licensure. This is really important because we're not going to grow more nurses overnight.
Of course, no, completely agreed. Where are we going in the next 5 years? You talk about saving nurses time. I think physicians are also concerned about more pajama time, as they call it, and they're transcribing or writing notes that they shouldn't be doing. Is that something you're working on?
For sure. So look, the idea of using things like generative AI to take away, a good example is when a radiologist is reading film, to give you a specific example, when a radiologist is reading a film, they have to look at all the past reports to see what was happening and then read the current, let's say, MR of the brain. Well, this is an example where generative AI can look at all the prior reports and provide a capsule, a summary, with links to the relevant images. So instead of having to open every study one at a time, read all the reports, you get this clinical synopsis that, with links to the images, it increases the ability for the physician to see that summary and then go directly to read the study. Now, how does it improve decreased pajama time of doing reports? Is because then you can actually, during your day, finish your work and not have to pick up the work extra in the evening, which is what pajama time is all about, is doing your work at home in the Sunday morning or in the evening. So these technologies can make the operations in your daily work more effective, to then give time back. I mean, this is Philips' big focus, to give time back to clinicians so they can spend it with patients instead of with technology.
Yeah, I think what is also fascinating today is that because emerging technologies, including AI, are impacting many different things at once. It's not just one thing. It's not just, when we had high-speed internet come down, 20 years ago, it was like, what will this do? Well, it'll help you browse faster. Can it cook food for me? No. It'll just help you browse faster, which was just a singular lane. But with AI, now it is very wide. It's impacting hundreds of functions in different industries at the same time. Becomes a bit overwhelming to kind of say, okay, this is great and this change is great. But I think the one superpower that anybody who's watching this, who's not in the healthcare industry or is in the healthcare industry, should say, you know what? Things are going to be faster. They're going to change faster, and I should be ready for this fast change because it's adding value to my life or making things better. I think we have to open up our minds.
I think that's exactly right. And for AI in healthcare, you can think of it in 3 dimensions, and one of it is the patient. So let's come to that third. So for sure, that we've talked right now extensively about clinicians, the impact on physicians and nurses and allied healthcare workers of giving them more time. Administrators are going to have digital twins of their virtual hospital and they're going to be able to understand the operational impact of adding staff or adding equipment, and they'll be able to have predictive models of how to run their organization most effectively. So that's the other bucket, is operational forecasting will go to a whole new level.
Yeah.
And then patients. We talk about care delivery, but you're with a physician once every blue moon, hopefully.
Yeah.
But you're with yourself all the time. And increasingly, self-management will be augmented by artificial intelligence, because as we deliver data that's mine to me into my phone, what will happen is a combination of my data on my device with artificial intelligence means I can self-manage myself better if I have diabetes, if I have asthma. And so we're going to see improved care operations from clinical, operational forecasting for operational, and self-management of patients just living healthier lives.
Yeah, incredible. What is your hope for the next 5 years?
That we go as fast as possible, but not faster than measured success can be proven. What we really don't want is to have overhyped promise and then have AI, for example, fall short. And then you fall into another AI winter, particularly in healthcare where we really need it. So to me, it's how can you go as fast as possible with impact and results, demonstrated and measured, so that the progress is trusted.
Excellent.
That way it sticks.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we don't have another AI winter.
Thank you. Shez, thank you so much for joining us here at HIMSS. Really appreciate it. Incredible work. But we love what Philips do. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Have a great day.
Thank you.